What dying from obesity feels like by Mr. Death. So, we all know that being obese is not cool, mate. It's just not cool. And of course, a lot of people try to do all the things that they can do to, well, not be that. But a lot of us are not gonna die from obesity, thankfully. Especially me, mate. Have you seen me? I'm not gonna be dying from obesity, hopefully. If we lock in. We in 2026, yes, we're all locking in on the diet, but we don't know how it's actually like to die from obesity. And this is a proper issue. The obesity rates are going higher and higher. So it's more likely that more people, unfortunately, might be dying from this. So maybe this video can shed some light, maybe scare some of you out into locking in, put down the Big Macs, But enough of the yap, let's get straight to the action.
Picture this. You're 42 years old and you weigh 480 pounds. You weren't always this big. At 25, you were maybe 230. At 30, you were 280. At 35, you crossed 350. Now you're pushing 500.
Insane.
And
I'm glad he put the kg there, because when I hear a weight in pounds, it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm living in the UK, bro. I don't know what the pounds is. I need to hear kg to really put into perspective. I'm around between 70 to 80 kg. So imagine this guy weighs almost 3 of me, bro. That is insane. Please, bro, lock in. The food cannot be that good. I know it's an addiction, but they need to really look into that, because this is your life we're talking about. At 42 years old, if you're that heavy, you don't have much time left, mate. You need to lock in, please.
know deep down that you're dying. You live in a one-bedroom apartment. You haven't left in 8 months because you can't fit through the door anymore. You tried once and got stuck.
Actually, chud maxing. That's crazy. This is like the actual rock bottom looks like.
Fire department had to remove the door frame. You decided it was easier to just stay inside. You sleep in a reinforced bed you ordered online. Regular beds collapsed under you twice. You can't sleep lying down anymore because your weight crushes your lungs, so you sleep sitting up in a chair surrounded by pillows. Your day consists of eating, watching TV, and ordering more food. DoorDash drivers know your apartment number by heart. You tip well because you don't want them judging you, even though they definitely are. You can't shower standing up. You haven't seen your feet in years. You get winded walking to the bathroom, which is 15 feet away. Your knees scream every time you stand. Your back hurts constantly. Everything hurts constantly. You know you're killing yourself. You know every meal is another step closer to death, but you can't stop. Food is the only thing that makes you feel good anymore, even though it's the thing that's killing you. Then one night you're eating Chinese.
Sad. A lot of people forget that food really is an addiction. To this level, eating it is like an addiction. You're not even eating really just for pleasure anymore. It's just dead ass. You're dealing with something, and this is like your coping mechanism. Similar to the people that use smoking or drinking as a coping mechanism. It's something you need to really get some therapy for and get professional help. It's quite bad.
Take out in bed, orange chicken, fried rice, 2 egg rolls, and you feel a tightness in your chest. Not heartburn, different, worse. You think, this is it, I'm gonna die, and you're right. Oh, hey there. Before we talk about why your heart's about to give up on you entirely, let's play a quick game. I'm gonna say some myths about obesity, and you tell me true or false. Ready? Myth 1. Being obese is just about willpower. If you wanted to lose weight, you'd just eat less.
This is definitely, I would say, definitely false. Because you think about it, it's not just about willpower. This is an addiction. This is heavily mental stuff. Because obviously, people want to eat less. They want to lose weight, but it's not that easy. It's like quitting smoking. It's like all in the mental. So I guess maybe you could say it's about willpower, but it's definitely more than that.
True or false?
Yeah, it's false. Watch.
Mostly false. Yeah, calories in versus calories out is real. But food addiction is also real, and it works on the same brain pathways as drug addiction. Your dopamine system is hijacked.
That's what I just said. It's similar to taking drugs. It's an actual proper addiction.
Just eat less to someone 400 pounds overweight is like telling a heroin addict to just stop shooting up. Technically correct, practically useless. Myth 2. You can be healthy at any size.
Obviously false. If you actually say this, bro, you need to wake up, gang. You're in a pure delusion. This is just not true. This is just not true. The BMI scale exists for a reason. Once you exceed a certain capacity, you're not healthy anymore.
True or false? False. You can be healthy at a range of sizes, sure, But once you hit morbid obesity, BMI over 40, weight over 300 pounds for most people, your risk of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and early death skyrockets. There's no amount of body positivity that changes your cardiovascular system struggling to pump blood through 450 pounds of tissue. Myth 3.
There's only so
Obesity.
much cope and positivity you can do it, mate. Like, well, once you hit a certain weight, you're unhealthy, gang. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see, myth 3.
These people die from heart attacks suddenly and painlessly. True or
I'm
false?
actually not fully sure about this one. Suddenly, maybe, but I don't know. I don't think it's painless. What are you saying, guys? What are we saying? Let's go false.
False. Heart failure from obesity is usually slow. Your heart doesn't explode. It just gets weaker and weaker over months or years until it can't pump blood effectively anymore. You slowly suffocate as your lungs fill with fluid. It's not quick and it's not painless. All right, now let's talk about what happens when your body weighs so much that your heart physically cannot keep up anymore. And just for context, about 42% of American adults are obese. About 9% are
Like,
morbidly
that's insane.
obese.
Almost half the population is looking like gear Luffy, bro. Gear fat, like big fat. It's insane. That's really concerning, actually. Jokes aside, come on, guys. We have to break this cycle.
This isn't rare. This is an
Yeah, and
epidemic.
apparently
And
it's
unlike
getting worse too. So that's fun.
cancer, this one's mostly preventable. So what does obesity actually do to your body? And why does being 480 pounds eventually kill you? Let's start with the obvious. Your heart is a pump. It's designed to push blood through your entire body, your organs, your muscles, your brain, everything. The average adult has about 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Your heart pumps blood through all of them 24/7 for your entire life. Now imagine you're 480 pounds. You've got way more tissue than a normal-sized person, more fat, more stretched skin, more volume that needs blood flow. But your heart, it's the same size as everyone else's. It's a regular human heart trying to do twice the work. It's like asking a Honda Civic engine to pull a semi-truck. Technically possible for a little while, but it's gonna burn out eventually. Here's what happens to your cardiovascular system when you're morbidly obese. First, your heart has to pump harder to push blood through all that extra tissue. This causes your blood pressure to go up. Chronic high blood pressure makes your heart muscle thicken and stiffen because it's working overtime. Second, the extra weight around your chest and abdomen physically compresses your lungs and heart. You can't take deep breaths. Your heart can't expand fully. Everything's cramped. Third, obesity causes chronic inflammation throughout your body. Your fat cells aren't just storage. They're hormonally active. They pump out inflammatory chemicals that damage your blood vessels, promote plaque buildup, and make your heart work even harder. Add in the fact that most morbidly obese people also have type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, and sleep apnea, and you've got a perfect storm of cardiovascular destruction. Sleep apnea is particularly nasty. When you're 480 pounds, the fat around your neck literally crushes your airway when you lie down. You stop breathing multiple times per hour while you sleep. Your oxygen levels drop, your heart rate spikes, and your heart has to work even harder during the one time it's supposed to rest. Over years of this, your heart muscle starts to fail. It gets enlarged, weak, and inefficient. Instead of pumping 60 to 70% of the blood out with each beat, it's pumping maybe 30 to 40%. Blood starts backing up in your lungs and legs because your heart can't move it effectively. This is called congestive heart failure. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Your heart is failing to do its job, and fluid is congesting in places it shouldn't be. And here's the dark irony. Food is what got you here. Every burger, every pizza, every late night binge added a little more weight.
Life is just so unfair, you know. Life can be really unfair. All the things that taste amazing are bad for you, bro. Like, look at all these delicious foods. I want to yam all of them, but you can't, because it's gonna lead to this. I'd rather just never eat it again than have all these conditions, bro. I like living, and then all the stuff that tastes mid, buns. It's supposed to be the healthy stuff. Like, I don't want to eat my vegetables, huh? I don't care if you call me childish. I don't want to eat my veg. I want to eat chicken and chips, bro. But you can't always do that because you want to live long. It's not fun, guys. It's actually just not fair. Somebody needs to make a healthy chicken and chips or something, bro, because it just can't run.
Little more strain on your heart brought you one step closer to the moment when your heart just says, I'm done. Let's walk through the last 6 months of your life as your heart slowly gives up on keeping you alive. Month 1 to 2, you're 480 pounds, and you've been feeling worse than usual. You're tired all the time, not just lazy tired, but exhausted, like you've run a marathon even though you've barely moved. You're getting winded doing absolutely nothing. Walking to the bathroom leaves you gasping. You have to pause halfway through a sentence to catch your breath. Your feet and ankles are swollen like balloons by the end of the day. You're also waking up at night feeling like you're drowning. You're gasping for air, heart pounding, sweating. This is because fluid is building up in your lungs. Your heart can't pump it through your body effectively, so it's backing up into your respiratory system. You know you should see a doctor, but you can't leave your apartment.
It's not good.
And honestly,
joints start to get swollen up. Sounds like you're gonna start developing arthritis. It's not good at all, mate. Damn, man. So many negatives from this, bro. You can't let yourself get obese, bro. This is no way to live at all.
you know what they're going to say. Lose weight. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Hadn't thought of that. So, you ignore it. Order more food. Keep watching TV. Tell yourself maybe it'll get better. Month 3 to 4. The swelling in your legs is constant now. Your skin is stretched so tight it's shiny. Sometimes it weeps clear fluid
All the
because there's
negatives are one thing, but how do you truly lose the weight, bro? Because yeah, again, like he's saying, it's easy to just say stop eating and lose the weight like that, but it's not that easy. It's an actual mental thing, actual proper addiction. So how's it done? You know, I don't even fully know the answer myself because I've never been in that position, but I have been in a position where I was really skinny and then get to a normal healthy weight, a bit muscular. And for me, what I can say is that I just had to lock in. I had a moment where I'm just like, I want to be more in shape. I want to do this. So for me, it kind of was willpower and a lot of consistency and doing little things like setting alarms and tracking calories to try and give yourself reminders. You know, make it as easy as possible because you can't go too extreme. You can't just say all of a sudden, no, I'm not eating any junk at all, because it's too extreme. It has to be sustainable. That's the best thing I can say. Make it sustainable. So if you're fat trying to lose weight, at least try and make sure instead of you usually eat 6 donuts a day, maybe knock it down to 4. Bit by bit until gradually you're basically eating enough where you're in a deficit. Doing small actions make all the difference. Maybe just go on a short walk. No one's saying you have to jog. Short walk, bit by bit, and you'll eventually get to your goals. I believe in you. You can do it.
so much pressure under your skin that it's literally leaking out. You can't lie down at all anymore. When you try, you feel like you're suffocating within minutes. You sleep, sitting up in your chair, head tilted back, mouth open, gasping. Your appetite's gone, which is ironic because food has been your whole life for years. But when your heart's failing, your digestive system gets less blood flow, so eating makes you nauseous. You've lost maybe 20 pounds, but it's not healthy weight loss. It's muscle wasting and fluid shifts. Your body's cannibalizing itself because your heart can't deliver nutrients effectively. You're confused sometimes. Forgetful. Your brain's not getting enough oxygen because your heart can't pump blood efficiently. You'll be watching TV and forget what you're watching. You'll order food and forget you already ordered. Month 5. Your lips are turning blue. Your fingernails are purple. This is called cyanosis, and it means your blood doesn't have enough oxygen in it. You're coughing constantly, bringing up pink frothy sputum. That's fluid and blood from your lungs. Your lungs are so full of backed up fluid that they're basically drowning from the inside. Your heart rate is all over the place. Sometimes it's racing at 140 beats per minute even though you're sitting still. Sometimes it skips beats or flutters irregularly. Your heart's electrical system is failing along with the muscle. You finally call 911 because you genuinely think you're about to die. The paramedics show up. They can't get you out of the apartment. You're too big for the gurney. They call for backup and a specialized bariatric ambulance. It takes 6 people to move you. They have to use a reinforced stretcher. They almost don't fit you through the doorway even after removing it. The neighbors watch. You're humiliated, but also struggling to breathe so much that you don't really care. At the hospital, they confirm what you already knew: congestive heart failure. Your heart's working at maybe 25% efficiency. Your ejection fraction, the measure of how much blood your heart pumps out with each beat, is critically low. They give you diuretics to pull fluid out of your lungs and body. You pee out maybe 15 pounds of fluid in 48 hours. You can breathe slightly better, but you're still dying. The cardiologist is honest. At your weight, you're not a candidate for a heart transplant. You're too high risk for surgery. The only thing that might help is aggressive weight loss, but you'd need to lose 200 plus pounds. And realistically, that's not gonna happen. Month 6, you're back home with hospice care. They've set you up with oxygen, medications, a hospital bed, A nurse visits 3 times a week. You're on maximum doses of diuretics, but the fluid keeps coming back. Your body's producing it faster than the drugs can remove it. You're not eating, can't. Everything makes you nauseous. You're down to maybe 430 pounds. You've lost 50 pounds of muscle and fluid, but you're sicker than you've ever been. One evening, you're sitting in your chair, oxygen mask on, watching TV. You feel a strange sensation in your chest. Not pain exactly, just pressure. Your heart's beating irregularly, fast, then slow, then fast again. You can't catch your breath even with the oxygen on full blast. Your vision is tunneling, you feel cold even though you're sweating. Your heart goes into an arrhythmia, ventricular fibrillation. It's not beating anymore, just quivering uselessly. No blood is moving.
The heartbeat is supposed to be between 60 to 100. So imagine if it's going up and down, it's probably dropping down to 50 1 minute, then 110, 120 another minute, and that's really unstable, really bad for your heart.
Your brain shuts down in seconds. You slump forward in your chair. The oxygen mask falls off. The TV keeps playing. Your heart stops completely about 2 minutes later. Time from realizing you were dying to death. 6 months. So what does dying from obesity actually feel like? For years, it doesn't feel like dying. It feels like gradually getting more uncomfortable. Clothes don't fit, chairs break, stairs are harder, but you adapt. You buy bigger clothes, reinforced furniture, avoid stairs. You tell yourself
And then
you're
you
fine.
buy 2 seats on an airline and complain when the airline charges you extra for it.
Then the health problems start, and they feel annoying more than scary. Swollen feet, shortness of breath, back pain. You attribute it to getting older, not to the fact that you're carrying 300 extra pounds. When heart failure starts, it feels like drowning on dry land. You're gasping for air constantly. Every breath feels insufficient. You can never get enough oxygen. It's exhausting and terrifying. The fatigue is overwhelming. Every movement takes monumental effort. Getting up to use the bathroom feels like climbing a mountain. There's also this mental fog that comes with heart failure. Your brain's not getting enough
That's
oxygen, so you're
imagine, and like, yo, bro, you just climb Mount. You look like you just climbed Mount Everest. What happened? Oh, I went from the kitchen to the living room. Breathing heavily. At that point, you need to know it's time to make a change, man. That's just crazy.
confused, forgetful, slow. You'll be mid-thought and lose track of what you were thinking about. And there's a bizarre irony to the whole thing. You're dying because you ate too much, but at the end, you can't eat at all. Food, which was your comfort and addiction, becomes repulsive. The final moments when your heart gives out don't hurt exactly. It's more like everything's shutting down at once. You can't breathe, your vision goes dark, you feel cold, and then nothing. No pain, no panic, just your body finally giving up after years of being asked to do the impossible. Reality check. Obesity is linked to over 200,000 deaths per year in the United States. It's the second leading cause of preventable death after smoking. Morbid obesity, BMI over 40, reduces your life expectancy by 8 to 10 years on average. At 480 pounds, you're looking at dying in your 50s or 60s instead of your 70s or 80s. And here's the thing, unlike cancer or most of the other deaths we've covered, this one is almost entirely preventable. You can't choose not to get cancer. You can't choose not to get hit by a car, but you can choose not to eat 5,000 calories a day for 20 years. Now, before anyone in the comments yells at me, yes, food addiction is real. Yes, there are genetic factors and metabolic issues and psychological components. Yes, some people have a much harder time losing weight than others, but also, nobody gets to 480 pounds by accident. That takes years of consistent overeating.
He's not wrong. Like, as harsh as it is, I know it's an addiction, I know it's hard, but it's on you, mate. Nobody forced you to eat those burgers. Nobody put a gun to your head and said, eat the Big Mac now! Like, start shooting shoes. No, you chose to do it, so you have to take responsibility for your own health and make a change. It's hard, I know. It's not easy, but I believe in you. Make a change.
At some point, choices were made. A lot of choices. The good news, and yes, there's actually good news here, is that this death is reversible up until a certain point. If you're morbidly obese, but your heart's still functioning, you can lose weight and dramatically reduce your risk. Let's talk about fasting, since it's relevant here too. Extended fasting, 24 to 72 hours without food, is one of the most effective tools for reversing metabolic damage and losing weight quickly. It resets your insulin sensitivity, promotes autophagy, where your body cleans up damaged cells, and forces your body to burn fat for fuel. It's not easy, it's not comfortable, but it works. And unlike bariatric surgery, which is expensive and risky, fasting is free. Intermittent fasting, eating in a compressed window like 16 to 8 or OMAD, is also effective for sustained weight loss. The research is solid. It's just not sexy to tell people, stop eating so much. So you don't see it marketed like you see diet
But I would
pills or
say
surgery.
make sure you do this safely. Do not starve yourself to extreme and at risk of your health. Speak to your doctor first. Come up with a plan. Make sure it's studies backed. Do your research and speak to a doctor, and then maybe try it if the doctor says it's good. Do not just do this willy nilly, bro. This could be dangerous.
Point is, if you're 250 pounds and trending up, you can change course. If you're 350 pounds and your knees hurt, you can still turn it around. If you're 480 pounds and struggling to breathe, it's harder but not impossible. The alternative is dying in a chair in your apartment, suffocating on fluid in your own lungs because your heart couldn't keep up with the body you built. So there you have it, dying from obesity. Slow, preventable, and depressingly common. The good news is you don't have to die this way. Eat less, move more, try fasting, get bariatric surgery if needed. Literally anything is better than eating yourself to death over 2 decades. The bad news is that food addiction is real, and breaking it is hard, and modern society is designed to make you fat. Processed food is cheap and addictive. Healthy food is expensive and boring. You're surrounded by drive-thrus and delivery apps. But also, people have escaped heroin addiction. People have quit cigarettes. You can stop eating 5,000 calories a day. It sucks, but it's possible. Stay safe, take care of your body, and if you find yourself gaining weight every year and ignoring it, maybe don't. Because the alternative is your heart giving up on you in your 30s while you're sitting in a reinforced chair watching TV.
Yeah, that's the video. Yeah, bro had a lot of good advice here, and it was definitely really informative to get more of the behind the scenes. Let's be real, nobody wants to go out this way. It's preventable, and it's just really sad. You probably want to die nicely at old age or surrounded by friends and family in the hospital bed. You don't want to be 30, 40 and have a heart attack or stroke in your bed and just go like that. That's depressing, bro. And to avoid such a fate, take on the advice here, build my advice, do your research, and take care of yourself. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let's grab on all that good stuff. See you later.